Hello everyone, this is seller newsletter number 3 for the spring 2023 sale. All right, let me go through what we're talking about this week. So payments, obviously if you are selling with us, you are interested in finding out how you get paid from the sale, and we offer 2 options. So our default option is getting paid by check. So if we do not hear from you either way, you will get mailed a check for your portion of your sales, okay? The other option is PayPal. I put a link in the email that will send you to the form for you to sign up to receive PayPal. If you have signed up in the past, I usually carry those over sale to sale, but this time I'm needing everybody to re-sign up because there was a lot of confusion from the link that I sent last time. There was a little bit of a mess as far as making sure that I understood which consigners were wanting PayPal, so I've just created a whole new link. So I apologize for the inconvenience, but the form takes like 20 seconds to fill out. So if you could just go ahead and refill that out, I would appreciate it if you're wanting paid by PayPal. So the way we do our PayPal payments, it will not take out a fee on your end. It takes out the fee on our end. They do require it's done through something called a mass payment, which means that I can't pay it instantly. I have to wait for money to transfer over into our PayPal account before I can pay that. And the past couple sales, they've been really pokey with it. So just be aware that, you know, it's going to be several days after the sale before that PayPal payment comes through. Typically, they are arriving in accounts around the same time that checks are arriving to people. However, checks have also been taking a long time to get to people. So a few people in the past couple sales, it has taken up to 3 weeks for the checks to arrive in their mailbox, even though I send those out within a day or so of the sale. Typically, I'll get to more on that in a second, but just be aware that mail service can be a little iffy sometimes. So keep that in mind when you're choosing which payment option makes the most sense for you, okay? So with that, just know that payments, the intention, I like to get the sale wrapped up and done as quickly as possible. So believe me when I say that I am very motivated to get you paid quickly, okay? Typically, I get payments going within a day or two of the sale. There's always the chance of there being a computer issue, of there being, you know, an issue with transferring the money or whatever. So I like to say that we have up to 3 weeks to pay you. It's never taken us that long, but just be aware that that is a possibility. I will always, of course, keep you up to date on how that is going, okay? If you are choosing a check, it is super important that the address in your consignor account is up to date, so double check that. There's a link in the email where it'll take you directly to where you do that, but regardless, just go into your consignor account and make sure that your address is correct, because if your check comes back to me, that's going to delay you getting paid, and it could increase the chances of getting lost. If a check does get lost in the mail, just be aware that you are going to be responsible for that stop payment fee for the initial check. So that is another reason that we really encourage PayPal. I think it works out better for everybody, but I also want to give you options. Okay, a few additional notes. First-time consignors, make sure you are visiting our website and understanding all of the seller information, particularly if you are brand new to our sale or only sold in our online sale. I know this can be a really overwhelming process, but once you get started, I promise it gets much easier. If you go on our website, if you go to new sellers, it'll take you, if you follow the arrows at the bottom of each page, it's going to take you through everything you need to know about our sale. Please do not hesitate to ask if you have any questions about how the sale works, what the expectations are, anything like that. I would always rather you be feeling prepared. One tip is to consider sorting your clothing items first before entering them. So the way that the workstation works is it'll auto-populate whatever you put in last for the category and for the size, and also for the donation status and the discount status. So for example, if you have a whole bunch of girls' clothes ranging from 2T to 5T, if you stack those in order of size, you're going to save yourself a little bit of time because you won't have to be changing the size for each item. So that's one tip. If you are bringing a large number of items, I recommend that you do them that you enter and then tag in chunks, just to avoid yourself having any confusion about which tag goes to which item. However, if you're afraid you're not going to get all your items entered in time, obviously entering them is a top priority, because even after our item entry closes, you will still be able to print your tags. Tag descriptions. It is super important that these are very descriptive for several reasons. One is they can be eye-catching, so as somebody's flipping through a whole bunch of clothes, if they catch something that is something they're shopping for, they are more likely to stop and take another look at it and possibly buy it. It is also super important for when tags get separated from items for us to be able to find the item that goes to. So we have a kind of a system in place during the sale where we have loose tags and we have loose items, and we match those back up the best we can. But for example, if we have 5 pairs of blue jeans and we have a tag come up that says blue jeans, and 3 of those jeans match the same size, we can't connect those confidently and making sure we're getting the correct consignor the right item. However, if you put a brand on there, if you put, you know, flower detail on bottom, something like that, then we can more confidently match those back up and get your item back on the sales floor to sell. Remember, item entry does close March 19th at 10 p.m. assuming we have not hit our item entry limit by that point. So do not wait to the last minute, okay? Computers like to not cooperate. And again, it is very possible that we'll have to shut down our item entry early. So should we see the need to shut it down early, we will give you a 5,000 item warning, which typically works out to about a day's notice. Of course, that varies on how quickly people start getting stuff entered when we give that warning, but we will give you warning. We won't just pull the rug out from under you, but just be aware that could happen. I'll pitch again, volunteer pre-sale spots. So sellers get to shop at 6:30 the night before the public sale. Volunteers get to shop at 5:30. So if you want to shop before the seller time, we highly encourage you to consider volunteering. There are lots of different options available for you. If you go to your consignor workstation, you are able to sign up through that link. Also share with others that they can volunteer. A well-staffed sale is going to be one where more of your items sell. So we encourage you to consider volunteering. It also will help you with your selling in the future when you get to see how a lot of different items are prepared and kind of understanding more about how the sale works. All right, last few things. You do have to have a drop-off appointment made. They are made in 15-minute windows, but that's basically the time that you are checking in. Plan to spend around 30 to 45 minutes there putting your items away. Less if you're just bringing a handful of items, more than that time if you're bringing a huge amount of items. If you think you're gonna need 2 trips, go ahead and just make a second drop-off appointment. That's no big deal. We will have volunteers there to help you put your items out, but we just don't have the manpower to put items out for people. Plus, if you were the one putting them out, then you can be confident that they're getting out on the floor and you know what's going on. We do have a drop and run option on our website that is available should you need that. That does have an additional fee. Sorry for the motorcycle sounds outside. Have my windows open because it's a beautiful day. Also make sure that you have made a pickup appointment unless you are planning to donate all your unsold items. So even if you are just planning on picking up 1 or 2 items that they don't sell, you will need a pickup appointment. That just helps make that process a little bit more expedited. If you are not going to be available to pick up your items or drop off of your items, you are allowed to have somebody else do that for you. Just make sure that they do understand the requirements of the sale and the expectations, and just be prepared that they're going to be signing for you and that you're going to be held accountable to whatever they do, okay? Finally, we encourage you to consider donating your unsold items. So the way it works for our sale is after the sale is over, we move all of the items that have been marked for a donation to one side of the armory, and we allow people to come shop our after sale party. These are families that are referred to us by local agencies, families who could have a need for getting these items for their children for free, so they're able to come shop our sale without having to pay for it. And then anything that's left after that, Toys for Manhattan comes and picks up. They're a wonderful resource for us because they're able to use a lot of the items, and then they can pass on the items that are not right for them. They can pass them on to other local organizations. Keeping your donations local is a super important thing to us. So just know that any items you donate are going to be helping a local family. All right, I believe that's it. Make sure you take a look at our previous emails if you have signed up since last Wednesday. Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions, and have a great time tagging.